Hey guys, how you doing? Derek here from M1 Realty, and I'm back with your February 2024 real estate market update for the Woodward Corridor. Let's get into it. So in the past month, we've seen some pretty significant market changes, so I'm going to dive right in. As usual, we're going to start with the city of Ferndale. So as of today, there are 34 homes on the market in the city of Ferndale compared to only 18 that sold back in the month of January. The average sale price for the homes that did sell in January in Ferndale was $231,390. So that is a 2.8% increase from back in December, although it is 7.3% less than January of 2023. And so for the homes that did sell in Ferndale in January, they sold for an average of 97.2% of asking price, and they sold in an average of 42 days on the market. And currently in Ferndale right now, there's 1.1 months worth of inventory on the market. All right, on to Hazel Park. Currently in Hazel Park, there are 55 homes on the market compared to only 16 that sold in January. The average sale price for homes that sold in January in Hazel Park was $177,250. Now that's up 14.3% over the average sale price back in December, and it's still up 13.1% versus January of 2023. And of the homes that did sell in January in Hazel Park, they sold on average for 96.7% of asking price, and they sold in an average of 44 days on the market. Now, currently in Hazel Park, there's 1.6 months worth of inventory on the market, and let me back that up for a second. What that means is if nothing else hit the market from this day forward, it's going to take 1.6 months to sell everything that's left in the city. On to Oak Park. So currently in Oak Park, there are 48 active listings compared to only 21 that sold in the month of January. And the average price for January in Oak Park was $209,001. That's 6.7% higher than the average sale price in December, and it is up 11.8% versus January of 2023. And if you'll remember last month, the average sale price was like way down, so I figured it would bounce back, and it has. So the homes that sold in January in Oak Park, on average, they sold for 93.7% of asking price, and they sold in an average of 48 days on the market. And currently there are 1.9 months worth of inventory on the market in Oak Park. All right, so moving north, let's talk about Berkeley for a second. In Berkeley, there's currently 21 active listings compared to 13 homes that sold in the month of January. And the average sale price for homes in January was only $285,723. That's down 10.2% versus the average sale price in December, although it is 14.3% higher than January of 2023. And in January in Berkeley, homes on average sold for 97.7% of asking price, and they sold in an average of 47 days on market. Currently in Berkeley, there's only 1 month worth of inventory on the market. All right, let's talk about Royal Oak. So currently in Royal Oak, there are 78 homes on the market compared to 67 that sold in the month of January. And the average sale price in January in Royal Oak was $405,485. If that seems like it's pretty high, you're absolutely right. It's actually 19.4% higher than the average sale price in December, and it's 18.4% higher than the average sale price in January of 2023. My guess is we had a couple of pretty high-end lofts that closed that are kind of skewing the numbers. I'll dig into them a little bit more, let you know if there's anything past that that has to do with that pretty substantial increase in average sale price. And in Royal Oak, though, homes are selling for an average of 96.1% of asking price, and they're selling in an average of 56 days on the market. Currently, there's 1.1 months worth of inventory on the market in Royal Oak. And finally, last but not least, your favorite of mine, that little city with the big heart, Clawson, Michigan. Let's dig in. So in Clawson, there are 13 homes on the market currently compared to 17 that sold in the month of January. And in January, the average sale price in Clawson was $307,239. That's a 2.4% increase versus the month of December, and that is a whopping 32.8% higher than the average sale price for January of 2023. I think it's safe to say that Clawson is becoming a very desirable place to move. And that being said, the average home that sold in January sold for an average of 101.2% of asking price and sold in only 32 days on the market. currently in Clawson, there is 1.2 months worth of inventory on the market. So Derek, these numbers are kind of softening up compared to what we're used to seeing. What's going on? Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think there's a couple of reasons for that. First and foremost, the time of year when these properties went under contract. So we're talking, late November, early December, like the deadest time of year for real estate in our area. So that's part of it. The other part is interest rates back then were still really high. That was about the peak that we saw. Knock on wood, hopefully we're not going to see any interest rates rebound back up that way, but we were touching 8% back then. That's when in December is when rates just started to start dropping down. So that has something to do with it. That was definitely limiting the number of buyers that were out there looking. So, when there's fewer buyers, homes are going to take a little bit longer to sell. Except for Clawson, every other city that we talked about, nothing was selling for over asking price on average. So, and that hasn't been the case. I mean, it's, if you've been watching these videos with any regularity, almost every city for a couple of years now, the average sale price is over 100% of list price. So now that it's dropping down, that just means I think that's just a function of fewer buyers. Prices are continuing to go up. Interest rates were super high. All of that kind of contributes to a little bit of a softening in the market. I don't think that trend is going to continue very much longer. I'm starting to see, now that we're in the middle of February, things are starting to heat up. They've heated up a little bit earlier than typical for our area. Usually, it's right about now that things just kind of start picking up a little bit. We're full blast. I'm working 7 days a week right now, and I can barely keep up with showing appointments, working with clients. So, and I'm not complaining. That's awesome. That's what I live for. But it's great. We'll see what happens. We'll see how great it is in a couple months when things are really clicking and humming along. It's all going to matter. The only thing that's really going to affect us the most is the amount of inventory on the market. Right now, we're about 12 to 13% higher than we normally are this time. I wouldn't say normal. There's not such thing as a normal year. Every year is different. But compared to the last couple of years, the amount of inventory that we have is about 12 or 13% higher right now. If that continues, I think we're gonna, we're gonna run into an inventory crunch down the road in a few months, but nothing to the extent that we have the past few years. But that's just pure speculation. I'm here to report what the actual numbers are on the ground for the past month. So that's kind of what I'm looking towards, though. So I think it'll be a great year to sell still. I don't know that we're going to have, 15 buyers lined up down the street to give you a, full price cash offer, over asking price cash offers with no inspection contingency and appraisal guarantees and things like that. Like, we might get there, but I'm not expecting that to the same extent that we've seen the past couple of years. But that being said, I mean, who knows? But I think that's kind of where we're headed. And at the same time, if you're looking to buy, you just need to be ready to be aggressive. And aggressive doesn't mean waive your inspection. We looked at that video last week that we put out. That's just more of being ready to write an offer on a house immediately. If something hits the market at noon, you need to be in there by 1 o'clock with a strong offer if it's something that you like. So that's just it's a little more intense. Some buyers are not super stoked about it, and I get that. Kind of is what it is. But that's the game right now, and we've been playing that game we've been in a market like that for a few years now. Nothing that we haven't dealt with before. We've had tons of success getting deals closed in this kind of an environment, and we've got a couple tricks up our sleeve to kind of tilt the playing field a little bit in our favor. If you want to know what those are, reach out to me directly at 586-491-5622. You can also reach me at 248-561-6155. Shoot me an email, dwerenka@m1realty.net. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, you name it. Send me a message. I respond quick. And thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I truly appreciate it. I'm excited to see where the rest of this year goes, and one thing I can promise is if you keep watching this channel, you're going to know as soon as I do, as soon as I get these videos out, exactly where we stand on the market. And to me, an informed buyer and seller is an asset to this market. So keep watching these videos. If there's anything else I can, any other information I can get to you, just reach out and let me know. Other than that, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you in a week, and have a great one.